If we want to add a new section inside our gallery page, we simply have to go between two sections where we want to add a new one and click on this plus. Then we have the option to add a new section with AI from media library or create one from scratch. Let's click on AI. We are getting 3 options for us to choose from. We can simply click on them in order to preview them. I like this one, so let's click on Use Layout. We can see the new section over here in the structure. So by clicking over here on those dots, we can edit the container. I want to edit the background color. So let's go to Style, over here to Color. I'm going to use a global color, this one. Then by clicking over here, we can see that this is a divider widget. We can see that over here or over here in the structure. We have the style from over here, the width, the alignment, and we can add an element to our divider, for example, some text or an icon. By clicking over here, we can change the icon, like so. By going to Style, we have settings for the divider, the color from over here, like so, the weight and the gap, and settings for the icon, the view from over here, size, color, position, spacing, and rotate. By going back to content and choosing text again and going to style, we have settings for the text, like the color, typography, the size, weight, transform if you want to, style, decoration, line height, letter spacing, text stroke from over here, color from over here, and size from over here. Let's click on this icon to go back to default, position, and spacing. And for the advanced, we have margins and paddings. By clicking on this text, we can see that it's a heading widget. They are the same settings as I've shown you over here. And by clicking over here, we can see that it's a testimonial carousel widget. We have the slides name over here, the slides over here. We can add a new one by clicking on this button. We can delete one by clicking on this X, and we can duplicate one by clicking over here. By clicking on an icon, we have content over here. We can edit it with AI. We can add an image over here. We have name over here and title over here. They are the same settings for the other items as well. We can change the order of the items by simply dragging them to a different position. Then we have the skin, the layout, the alignment, how many slides per view, and how many slides to scroll. And of course, we have width. For additional options, we can have arrows, we can see them over here. We can have paginations, like dots, fraction, and progress bar. We can have transition duration, autoplay, infinite loop, pause and hover, pause and interaction, and so on. By going to style, we have style options for slides, space between, background color, border width, border radius, and border color from over here. We also have padding. For the content, we have the gap. We can see the gap between the image and the content, the text color, the typography with global fonts from over here or custom typography from over here, the text stroke. Then we have settings for the name like text color and typography, and for the title, color, and typography over here. For the image, we have size over here, the gap over here, and the border radius over here. And then we have options for navigations for the arrow, size over here, and the color from over here. For the advanced settings, we have margins and paddings. If we want to check how this section looks on tablet and on mobile, we can simply click over here to tablet and to mobile. In order to make the settings for a particular device, by being on a particular widget, we can go and see where we see those icons like so. So this means that the settings I'm doing are for the mobile. We can see those icons in multiple places. If we want to delete this section, we simply have to click on this X. Now, by clicking back to this plus and to media library, we can add the block from over here or an entire page from over here. For blocks, we have categories over here. So let's say we like this one. So let's click on insert. And then we can see the new section over here in structure. We can click on this arrow in order to see how it is composed. We can see that it has two containers. The first container has two heading widgets. They're the same settings as I'm showing you over here. And the second container has 4 other containers. By going to each container, we can see how it is composed. It has a star rating and a testimonial widget. For the star rating, we have the rating scale over here, the rating over here, the icon, the title if you want to, and the alignment. By going to style, we have the text color over here, typography settings over here, text shadow and gap, and for the stars, we have the size over here, the spacing over here, the color from over here, and the unmarked color from over here. Like so. By going over here and history, we can go backwards with our settings. Like so. By clicking over here on this testimonial widget, we have the content over here. We can edit it with AI. We can add an image over here. We can edit it with AI, image resolution, name, title, and we can also have a link over here. By clicking on this wheel, we can make the link to open in a new window. And we can also use dynamic tags. We also have alignment. By going to style, we have style for content like text color, typography settings over here, and text shadow. Settings for name, once again, color, typography, and text shadow. And for the title, the same, color, typography, and text shadow. We can see that there is a distance between this container and this other one. So by staying on this one, the one that composes those 4, we can see the gap set over here. And we can also see the justifying of the content with space between. And for the alignment, we can see that it's stretched. So let's delete this section by clicking on this X. Let's once again click on this plus. And now to create one from scratch, like so. We can make the settings for the container over here. Let's go to advanced, to padding. Let's select percentage. Let's choose over here 6. Let's go to style, over here to background color. Let's choose a solid color. Let's choose one from global colors. And then by going over here to this plus, we can add the elements that we want. Like so. By clicking once again on those dots and to layout, we can select the direction of the elements, like so, and the alignment from over here, and the gap from over here. We can always see what we have added, the widgets, over here in the structure. So you simply have to drag the elements that you want from over here. So let's delete this section.